Hey everyone, it's Mojaxx, not in the DJcity UK lab. Today I'm in Krakow in Poland for the Red Bull Freestyle World DJ Championship Finals. One benefit for me is that Pioneer DJ are a sponsor of the event, and so I've got to play with lots of their equipment while I've been out here staying at the hotel, and this is the piece that I was most looking forward to, the DDJ-1000. This is their brand new 4-channel controller for rekordbox DJ, and this thing really has impressed me. I think this is probably my favorite Pioneer DJ controller to date. Let me explain why. When I first saw the DDJ-1000 in the flesh, I got a bit of a shock. From watching the demo video with DJ Irie and looking at photos of it, I'd expected it to be the size of controllers like the DDJ-SC2, which I have in the lab at the moment. There's nothing wrong with those large format controllers. They've previously been the only way to get full-size jog wheels on and all in one, and they feel very comfortable to use. But despite featuring full CDJ-sized jogs, Pioneer DJ have somehow managed to keep the size of the DDJ-1000 largely the same as controllers like the DDJ-SX2 and the DDJ-RX, which for me have always struck the perfect balance between portability and comfort. Indeed, my battered old original SX is still my go-to hardware for those gigs when I need to take out a controller and space isn't at too much of a premium. It also means that unlike the bigger Z series of controllers, you'll be able to transport the 1000 in a decent quality soft bag, and a flight case is not essential, far more practical for many DJs. We'll get to those jog wheels shortly, but first let's run through the rest of what you get for your $1,200. There are 2 USB ports, and each of the 4 main channels can be switched individually between USB A or B, making changeovers and back-to-back sets totally seamless. Those 4 channels also feature a line input, with the outer 2 switchable to phono. That means not only can you play regular vinyl through the mixer hardware, but you can also use DVS control. You'll need to pick up the Dvs Plus pack for rekordbox DJ to do that. It comes with the full software license, but it doesn't come with that add-on for the software. There are 2 mic inputs on the 1000 on a separate channel strip with shared 2-band EQ. One has a balanced combo jack and XLR socket, and the other a balanced jack. Queuing is taken care of with both sizes of headphone jack and a Q master blend knob. There is no split Q on the hardware. When it comes to outputs, you've got the master output on XLR and RCAs, and the booth is on balanced jacks, so the 1000 will connect up to a Pro sound system without any issues. I tested the unit with studio monitors and small PA speakers, and it sounded clean and crisp on both, with a good healthy output level. It's worth noting that, as expected on a controller of this size, you'll need to use the included DC power adapter to power the unit. Build quality is much like Pioneer DJ's other controllers in this kind of class, with a mostly plastic construction, but I've got no complaints about that. The DDJ-1000 feels very sturdy in use, and keeping the weight down is definitely an ideal goal with a controller like this. I love the hardware effects on the unit. There's a selection of traditional Pioneer DJ effects laid out in the usual DJ and mixer style, and the 1000 includes a few new options we haven't seen before too. There's no control over which frequencies are affected, so having a low-cut echo on board is great, and I fell instantly in love with the other new effects. Enigma Jet is a unique sounding phaser, and the Mobius saw and triangle effects produce a noise which gives the impression it's constantly rising in pitch for some awesome build-up effects. I've got a feeling that if I owned a 1000, I'd be guilty of overusing those Mobius effects quite quickly. The beat effects are supplemented by 4 sound color effects. Another cool thing is that both those and the beat effects are all post-fader and post-crossfader, even when assigned just to a single channel, a perfect implementation. That crossfader is one of Pioneer DJ's Magvel models. These have proven themselves to take a good hammering by now, and the cut is nice and sharp with adjustable cut-in distance in the software. The pads are great, a good size with a responsive feel and featuring all the modes you'd expect on a rekordbox DJ controller with multiple pages for each mode. I still have a lot of time for the instant gratification fun offered by the pad effects, and the key shift functionality works great with additional buttons for key sync and reset. The rest of the layout is intuitive and spacious, feeling remarkably uncramped considering the size of the jog wheels. The layout is not mirrored, so each side feels like an individual deck, which is always my preference. Library scrolling and track loading as well as looping controls are found up at the top of the unit and work well with loads of options. The pitch faders are full size and seemed nice and accurate in my testing.
So finally we get to those jog wheels. They are basically identical in construction to those found on the CDJ-1000 Nexus 2 and have the same kind of feel in use. A growing number of DJs prefer capacitive, touch-sensitive jog technology, but I've always found something reassuring about the mechanical, physical click required to activate the traditional CDJ-style jogs. The 1000 also includes a feeling adjust knob, which allows a huge range between super free spinning and a much tighter feel. The big difference between the 1000 wheels and those on the Nexus 2 is of course the amount of info on the LCD displays in the middle of them. Those displays are bright and clear with good viewing angles. When I first saw pics of the 1000, I was concerned that they would actually look a little bit too busy, with loads of information stuffed in there, but in use, they are surprisingly easy to work with. They include BPM, key, pitch range, track artwork, time, the waveform with cue points, playhead and cue position indicators, and a thing called cue scope, which tells you how far away from the next cue point you are in 4-bar increments. No doubt there is an awful lot there to look at, but it really all does sit together quite comfortably, and I always like features which help me avoid looking at the laptop screen as much as possible. Of course, when testing a controller with so much emphasis on the jog wheels, it was only natural that I grabbed a few of the amazing DJs who were in the building for the 3-star finals week and asked them to throw down some cuts on the DDJ-1000. And as you can see, they got on just fine.
So there you go, my take on the DDJ-1000. As I said at the start of the video, I think this is probably my favorite Pioneer DJ controller to date. The build, the sound, all of that is typical Pioneer. It's great. I've got no issues with any of their digital stuff. And I just love the form factor of this. The whole SX, SX2, RX kind of size and weight, for me, was always the perfect compromise between being portable and still having lots of space to work with and not being too cramped. And this really does carry that one on. You could put this with a deck saver in a nice padded bag and carry it around. You don't need a big flight case or anything like that. It will fit into most DJ booths quite comfortably, but still, yeah, nice spaced out feel and the full size jog wheels on there as well, which does make a huge difference, especially if you're into cutting and scratching and that kind of stuff. So yeah, overall, it's my favorite controller of theirs to date, without a question. The only hesitation for some people might be rekordbox DJ. I know a lot of people don't want to switch platforms and so on, but for me, rekordbox DJ is ready for prime time. I use it at gigs all the time and it works just fine for me. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And at $1,200, yeah, I think it's very good value. You're getting a lot for your money with the DDJ-1000. Thank you for watching today. Make sure you subscribe for all our future tips, tricks, and product reviews. I'll see you soon.